the room. Laugh too loud, chase away the gloom. I answer fast so nobody waits. Keep dead conversations awake. They call me warm, they call me kind, but no one asks what stays behind. 'Cause every night when the door unlocks, the smile fades when the world stops. No voices here, no one to hold, just silence waiting in the cold. Everybody loves the man I play, but nobody sees me when the lights fade away. One more drink, one more joke tonight. Neon rain under city lights. I walk home like I love alone, like empty streets still feel like home. But every hallway knows the truth. Loneliness can look like you. 'Cause every night when the door unlocks, your smile fades when the world stops. No voices here, no one to hold, just silence waiting in the cold. When the lights fade away, still I answer every late night call, still catch hearts before they fall. Maybe if I give enough away, someone might notice my own pain. But every night when the door unlocks, I stand still in the quiet dark. Being needed isn't being known. Crowded hearts can still feel alone. Everybody loves the smile I fake, but nobody stays when the laughter breaks. The city glows outside my room. My phone still lights the empty gloom. And somewhere deep beneath the noise lives a lonely man behind the voice. I'm the loudest laugh in every room, feeling silence before it blooms. Always know the perfect line, keeping broken moments light. They say I never lose my spot, but they've never seen me in the dark. Everybody knows a version of me, inside my heart. Rooftop lights and crowded noise. Another night pretending joy. Someone said you light the air. I smiled back like I didn't care. But when I reached my empty place, the silence finally showed my face. Everybody knows the version of me that keeps the whole world feeling free. But when the night comes closing slow, I become someone nobody knows. Smiling wide while I come apart. A stranger living inside my heart. I answer fast 'cause I know pain make people laugh to hide the rain. Spent so long being what they need, I forgot there was a me Everybody knows the mask I wear, the easy smile, the careful air. But loneliness can hide somehow inside the ones who help you out. And maybe being seen is not enough if nobody knows who you really are. So now when someone asks if I'm okay, I pause before the words escape. Not all the truth, just part of me, enough to finally breathe. Last train south after midnight rain. Same old tracks, same tired face. A nurse asleep against the glass. An old man reads the fading past. Every station feels the same. Different nights, same empty train. On the last train south, I disappear. Headphones loud so I can't hear the silence growing inside myself. Like I left my heart somewhere else. Life keeps moving underground, but I don't know where I'm going now. A couple shares one pair of headphones, laughing softly in their own world. I stare out into the tunnel black, trying not to look too far back. Then the whole train lost its light, stopped between the dark that night. On the last train spent too many years trying to disappear. South beneath the dark, still moving somewhere through my heart. Morning coffee, same gray suit, polite smiles and shiny shoes, elevator climbing slow, another floor I barely know. Everybody says I've got control, but I can't remember who I was before. Elevator music in my head, living half awake instead. Late night emails, empty rooms, fluorescent lights and fading youth. I kept moving floor to floor till I forgot what living's for. Weekends pass like waiting rooms, quiet walls and afternoon gloom. I stopped playing songs I love, stopped feeling anything enough. Stayed late, 'cause home felt just as cold, a different kind of alone. Elevator music in my head, living half awake instead. Late night emails, empty rooms, fluorescent lights and fading youth. I kept moving floor to floor till I forgot what living's for. Then the building lost its light, the elevator stopped that night, stuck between the floors below. And suddenly I finally knew I felt more trapped inside my life than trapped inside that box of steel. So this morning I called in sick, walked the city aimlessly a bit. No meetings, clocks or glowing screens, just trying to feel something real again. Elevator music faded slow, and for the first time I let myself go. Morning traffic, endless noise, still searching for the man I lost. Room 208, another city night. Half-packed suitcase by the light. Different curtains, same cold air. Temporary life everywhere. Hotel keys and passing names. Every morning feels the same. In room 208, I fade away, living like I'm just passing through the days. Different roads, different towns, but nowhere feels like slowing down. I built a life across the map. Still don't know where my heart is at. Forgot what city I awoke inside. Stopped asking people how they are. Conversations come and go, like elevators closing slow. Then laughter echoed through the wall. A family sharing something small. In room 208, I fade away, listening to strangers laugh down the hallway. And somehow their ordinary light hit harder than lonely nights. I built a life across the map. Still don't know where my heart is at. Feels quiet in hotel beds, like surviving without being lived. So this morning I booked one flight. No return date, no business lines. I don't know what home means now, but I know I can't keep living lost somehow. Room 208 fades out of sight, and maybe that's the first step home tonight. Half-packed suitcase by the door. I don't wanna disappear anymore. Met you in my fastest year. Airports, deadlines, disappearing days. Then somehow your quiet voice made all the noise inside me fade. Coffee shops in Sunday snow, felt like somewhere I could slow down. On the last train before winter, you lean your head against my Everybody said I had to go, the overseas dream I worked toward. You smiled through the break and slowly never asked me to stay once more. So we kept pretending time stood still, while goodbye waited beyond the hill. On the last train before winter, we spoke about places we never see, holding on to future memories. Neither of us fully believed. Snow kept falling through the station line, and love felt smaller than the leaving that night. Years passed beneath brighter skies. Success finally arrived, but every winter brings me back to your head resting where my world cried. On the last train before winter, nobody cheated, nobody lied. We just loved each other gently at the wrong moment in our lives. And maybe that's what still hurts most. Sometimes love alone can't keep two people close. The station sleeps beneath the snow, and part of me never really left it. Oh. Rainy Thursday by the station light, I saw your coat through the moving night. No dramatic tears, no breaking down, just two old hearts inside the crowd. You smiled softly, I smiled too, like time already knew what to do. We sat like strangers who once were home, talking like the years had never gone. Old bus rides and convenience store nights, dreaming futures under cheap apartment lights. Somewhere between goodbye and grace, we found the smile we left behind. You laughed and said, we were a mess, young enough to confuse love with foreverness. I laughed back, yeah, but it was real. And somehow the truth no longer hurt to feel. Outside the rain slid down the glass like memories gentle enough to last. So we sat like strangers who once were home, to unfinished dreams now fully grown. Not every love was built to stay. Some just shape your heart, then fade away. And somewhere between the wrong and right, we became the people time needed us to be. For a moment I imagined us still together somewhere in another life. But looking at you now, peaceful and free, I realized love isn't always meant to keep. Beneath the dim station lights, you said softly, please take care tonight. And for the first time in years, somehow those words healed more than they hurt now. Some old loves never truly die. They live quietly inside who we become. The city swallowed you slowly from sight, and I walked home grateful we existed at the same time. Sunday mornings by the riverside, coffee cups and young blue eyes, talking about the lives we built, like love alone could make it real. Back then the future looked so clear, two hearts moving in the same direction, but we wanted different lives. You wanted roots, I chased the lights. You dreamed of home, I dreamed of leaving, and love got tired somewhere in between. Nobody lied, nobody changed overnight. We just slowly became different lives. Rain fell soft that final night, silence sitting between our eyes. You said, I think we're holding on to people where same way for long. Years later I came back alone, the cafe smaller than before, and strangely all the hurt was gone, only gratitude remained warm. Now I know some people arrive not to stay, but to change your life. You taught me love could feel like peace, safe enough to finally breathe. And even now, deep down inside, part of me still smiles when I hear your name at night. We loved each other honestly, we just wanted different lives. We thought love could fix anything, jealous hearts and broken communication, two reckless souls holding too tight, turning small fears into endless nights. Back then we called it passion, now I know we were just scared of losing each other. We were too young to love gently, too young to know when to breathe. We held on so hard that we broke the very thing we wanted to keep. But even through all the damage we'd done, God, we really loved each other when we were young. One last fight we can't recall, still somehow ended it all. For years I thought losing you meant our story failed in the end. And then life taught me slower truths. Some heartbreaks exist to help you grow. We were too young to love softly, too young to understand honesty, trying to survive inside emotions neither of us knew how to carry. But looking back now, after all we've become, I finally see the beauty in who we were young. When I saw you years later smiling peacefully, there was no anger left inside me. You said we became who we needed to be, and somehow that healed something quietly. We were too young to stay forever, too young to know love needs patience. But maybe every mistake we made helped shape the softer hearts we carry today. Now when I remember us, it no longer hurts. the way it once does. We didn't fail because we didn't care. We were just too young. You always talked about bigger skies, different streets and different lives. And I love the way your eyes would glow whenever the world felt far from home. Somewhere deep down I already knew your dreams were always larger than two. So I loved you enough to let you leave, even when it was breaking me quietly. Because real love doesn't ask someone to stay small for its own security. Maybe your heart was always meant to go somewhere beyond me. Boxes scattered across the floor, half-packed nights we tried to ignore. Sometimes we laughed like nothing changed. Sometimes silence carried all the pain. Then at the airport you held me close, like goodbye was something neither of us chose. So I loved you enough to let you leave, even while my chest collapsed silently. You whispered, thank you for never making me choose between loving you and becoming me. Somehow hearing that set us both free, even if your future no longer included me. Now postcards arrive from distant towns, places we once dreamed about. I keep them tucked beside my bed, not from longing, just respect. 'Cause some people stay inside your soul, long after they stop being whole. And loving someone doesn't always mean you're meant to follow where they lead. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is love someone